It's all the above, best believe we do it better. I want the fame, the fortune, all the above. I want the checks, the moolah, all the above. From Philadelphia to New York, all the above. Man, tell them other stations they don't do it like us. I want the fame, the fortune, all the above. I want the checks, the moolah, all the above. From Philadelphia to New York, all the above. Man, tell them other stations they don't do it like us. What up?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your girl, Angel Marie from All the Above, and I am joined here today by pop and R&B artist, Jami Lockett. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well today. Fantastic. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining me. So how have you been? How's your week? Any plans for the weekend? All that good stuff.
My week has been a little chaotic. I'm like mixing right now songs and things like that. So that's a whole process in itself. My weekend is looking like more music stuff and relaxing. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm definitely gonna relax. I'm probably gonna check out the Luther Vandross documentary again. I watched it before and I'm gonna watch it again because that's one of my favorite artists. So yeah.
And wait a minute, I didn't even know the documentary came out. Where is this available?
So Hulu Live, and that's where I watched it originally like 2 weeks ago, and then they're dropping it on Oprah's TV network.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna probably check it out again tonight over there.
Okay, well, you just put me on. I'm gonna have to check that out myself.
It's really, really
So,
great.
hey, so you ready to get into this interview?
Yes, yes, I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. So, first and foremost, what inspired you to pursue a career in music?
So I feel like a lot of people say this, but literally ever since I was a child, I've always been infatuated with music. My aunt will tell you that she used to have to get me to calm down by singing Drew Hill and Tamia. And one of my first, I want to say love. I want, well, not my first loves, but one of my first discoveries in music was Beyonce, Destiny's Child specifically, but her specifically is what drew out to me. Of course, I got my start in church, as all the great R&B singers do, and led a couple choirs in there. Went to a couple schools, did a whole bunch of different music programs over there. I've done theater before. I actually went to school for music as well in college, so I actually have a degree, a bachelor's degree in music as well. So it's one of those things that has just always come back to me. I try to fight it in certain spaces because I used to feel, maybe my voice is a little bit too different, but it's always kind of centered itself back into my life. So I'm really happy.
So, music is in you.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. And with you being an R&B and pop artist, and you also mentioned that you grew up in church, so you have that gospel sound. And then you
Yeah.
also said that you feel like you have a different type of voice. How would you describe your overall sound?
Eclectic in one word, if I could say. I'm a melting pot of different things. So church background, grew up singing Jesus Loves Me, and there's this movie called Summer Lord Summer where I used to sing Ain't Gonna Let Nobody Turn Me Around all the time. Praise and worship team leader all the time, literally a teenager in high school. But then I also have a theater background too. I used to do theater in school, and I also used to do theater off, like not off Broadway, but what is that called? Like I can't like get the name of it. It's kind of like not off Broadway, but it's like one of those production companies, like that kind of thing.
Okay.
My sister is a really big lover of pop and rock music, so we used to like punk out to like Paramore and the Veronicas and Foo Fighters, and then my cousin loves musicals, so she put me onto Rent, Hairspray, Godspell, all of these different stuff. My grandmother, gospel head, Aretha Franklin, Clark sisters, down. Mother and aunt, both R&B lovers. So I got all of the Aretha, I'm sorry, not Aretha's, Luthers and Anita's and Brandy and things like that. So I'm a melting pot of different things. And then I also have a grandmother, God rest her soul. She was also a jazz singer, and my uncle, God rest his soul as well, was also a musician. He played bass and had a band as well. So I come from a really strong musical background. My other grandmother plays piano. My cousin sings. My aunt sings. Like my sister knows how to draw. She's an artist, and then my mother dances. We're all just a really big like musically inclined family. So I was always kind of just infatuated by it, and yeah, it just kind of made sense for me to just do this as a career. And that's where a lot of my style comes from, you know, and just a lot of my music is just about me doing things differently and just being very, really unique. I don't like to like put myself in a box. I really kind of like to spread myself across all genres because music is not just about being R&B or being pop. It's about being everything. If you can't, you know, you don't know how to like, you know, dip your feet in multiple pools, then,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? So I really do appreciate the fact that I got all those influences as a child, and then I brung those influences with me in my adult life and my musical journey, and I just said, you know what? Put some there, put some there, put some there, mix these together, see how these sound. So we have fun over here. We have fun. Yeah.
I love that. And speaking of, since you say you don't like to put yourself in a box and you explore so many other different genres, is there a particular genre that you've always wanted to explore but just haven't done so yet?
Oh my gosh, jazz,
Mm.
jazz music. It's calming. I love to scat. I've incorporated scatting a little bit inside of like in my interpretations and stuff. It's like some of my songs. Um I've done like little mini covers and stuff like that, but I would love to do a jazz like album. I just would love to do it. I think it fits well for my voice. And it just sounds like fun. It's gonna take some intense training and it's gonna take some rediscovering of my ear and like how I listen to music and just like relearning certain things or learning things again or whatever. So it's just like I'm just really excited about that. But jazz is one of those things that I would love to get my foot in the door.
Yes, one of the things I do love that you said is that you have to change your ear or actually do the work to become a jazz singer. It's not like, oh, I'm going to do jazz. I'm going to dive right
Yeah.
into it. I'm going to do
I
it my
respect
way.
it.
Jazz. I
I
love
respect it much. I do. I respect it.
Yes. I can tell that you literally are engulfed in music because there's a lot of artists who tap into all of these other genres, but it's not particularly that genre, it's just their voice slapped on it. But the
Yeah,
fact that you
indeed.
are actually trying, you want to switch it up to be authentic. I
Mm,
appreciate that. That is admirable.
thank
And
you.
when it comes to your music, what kind of message do you like to relate through your music? What do you hope your audience gets out of it when they hear Jami Lockett songs?
Empowerment. I've been through a lot in my life, and so I like to think of myself as a vessel, and I like to think of my music as ministry. This is where my church background about to come in, y'all. I'm sorry. But I like to think of myself as my gift, as a gift from God, and I'm supposed to use it to, influence and help people, rediscover or find their way and things like that. So I always go for empowerment. Now that may look like a couple of things. That may look like, um, today we're a bad bitch. It may look like that. Or it may look like, all right, so we finally leaving this person that you said was going to leave a while ago, but now is the song to kind of like ease your way out the door, love, heartbreak, um, other just fun things in life. I really want to be a positive influence in people's lives. And one of the ways that I think of my songwriting skills is just by writing empowerment anthems. There's actually this song that I have right now called Baptize, and it's one of my favorite records, and it took me a long time to write because it's kind of like my own testimony about how I used to feel growing up, being in church and being openly queer, and how that experience used to damage me, and how people used to say certain things and things like that. And I finally just decided that nobody can ever tell me anything about myself that God has not already ordained for me to be. And so I really truly believe that, God has like a major calling on my life, especially when it comes to just my influence in music. But, he also gave me this gift to share amongst the world. So I think that this is like a perfect opportunity for me to just do so. And Baptize specifically, that song still kind of shivers me to this day. It still kind of like shakes me up. Because like I said before, it took a long time to write it. And I was so intentional about the message, so intentional about what I had to say. And I'm so happy that it's out. And people are discovering it, one by one, TikTok, Instagram, whatever the case may be. And they're sending me messages, or people are telling me like this is something that I've always wanted to hear, and I've never thought like somebody could relate to this before.
Yeah.
So just to hear that, I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
Oh,
So
that's amazing. We're going to get into Baptize a little bit more later on in the interview. But I wanted to know, what has your journey been like? How do you feel like you've evolved as a music artist, especially as a queer artist? What was that journey like?
I will say I'm still in the beginning of my journey. I will say it was a lot of doubt. I didn't see myself a lot. There was a lot of discovery. I had to go back and rediscover a lot of different artists that I really enjoy. So like Sylvester and Sophie. And then there's new acts like Duran Bernard, like who's out here killing it with this amazing voice and this amazing like eclectic sound, and can play an instrument, and like funny as hell. So it's like it was so refreshing now to see more than just me. Because like I said before, I never thought that I could fit in any genre, and I never thought that I never saw myself. So I didn't think that it was possible to, be openly queer and do all of this stuff, and be a music artist in the mainstream and stuff like that. And it's not about mainstream success that I'm focused on. It's about getting to the people.
Mm.
That's my biggest thing, creating my fan base and touching people, and going my fan base and doing tours and things like that. Like that's really my dream. The mainstream stuff, if it comes, it comes, that's fine, whatever. But I really pride myself on trying to see more of myself. And I see way more people who are openly queer and artists, and they're out here killing it, they're out doing their damn thing. So that's so important to me. So
Yeah, shout outs to you for paving the way and being an inspiration for others who are afraid to come out and be their authentic self. So, it always takes one person to lead the pack. So I
thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Thank you.
And
Thank
with you being from Newark, New Jersey, how would you feel, or how did living in Newark, New Jersey influence your artistic and musical style?
you. First of all, home of Whitney Houston. Let's just say that right now. The greatest, the greatest vocalist of all time.
You better
Home
shout out.
Whitney Houston. And I say that with so much pride because everybody's like, oh, what y'all got in Jersey? Da, 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 da. I'm like, we got Whitney. Like, period. And she not even from like any old part of Jersey. She from Newark. Like, be for real. So
Ain't Queen Latifah
I
from there too?
said again, who?
Ain't Queen Latifah, ain't she from Newark? I know
Queen
she from
Latifah,
Jersey.
yes, Queen Latifah is also from Newark. We got Queen, we got Lauryn Hill, we got Rodney Jerk. He's not from Newark, but Rodney Jerk is from Jersey. So
Look at this resume.
I claim him. LaShawn Daniels, I believe is also from Jersey. Rest in peace, Vincent Herbert. So it's like we got some heavy hitters. We got some people. You know what I'm saying? And being from Newark, I want to say like one of the things that it didn't necessarily develop my sound, but I'm really into dance music, and that has something to do with the fact that like my age group was like outside, Jersey clubbing, like that was our thing. Like two steps to the right, like that was us. That was us. As much as Baltimore and Philly like trying to act like whatever.
See, I'm from Philly. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just saying, love Philly down. No shade. No shade. No shade. No shade. No shade. I'm just saying, we started that. So that was one of the influences. Like I always wanted to kind of be in those crowds, but I was in martial arts and stuff like that. So like my mother was like not having it. I was not going to those parties at all. It just was not happening. But yes, it's definitely influenced my sound and how I listen to dance music and how I rediscovered other types of dance music. Like I'm really into EDM and UK garage, and just like a lot of techno stuff and things like that. So it expanded my ear, and I definitely think in the near future I would love to do like a Jersey like club mix of a song or something cool, something like a homage to like, my people, in Newark and that kind of thing. I don't know who would produce it or, who would be down to like do something with me, but I will figure that out when we get there.
Okay. So that means we all gonna have to keep our eyes and ears open for this club banger that you gonna put out.
Yeah. I got some ideas.
Just know y'all heard it here first. Now, you've already touched on this a little bit, but I want us to trail back and expand on this a little bit more. Your single Baptize. Can you tell us a little bit more about that creative process, even down to writing the lyrics, the visuals, all of that good stuff about the single?
Yeah, so Baptized kind of started during COVID. I wrote a lot of different songs and I worked with this amazing producer called Kyle Villarreal. And I had this sample that my other amazing like friend and artist, Jovan Garland, like sent me. He was like, yo, like this sample is ill, like you should sample this. And I heard it and it was just like this, like, and it just kept repeating. I was like, okay, like, right. And so I took it to Kyle. I was like, I kind of want to do something dance heavy. At that time, like I already had released, I didn't release anything yet, but I did work on other songs before I got to that one majorly. And so I was like, I kind of want to go in a Sophie direction. So we went and we looked at some Sophie samples and some of her stuff. There was like a little bit of like Get Me Bodied energy in there from like Beyonce. Like I said before, like that full moon vocal production was in there too. So like I kind of wanted to do a bunch of different things. And so we went in the studio, we cut the record, and then I was like, it's missing something. I was like, it's missing my people. And if you don't know, I'm a part of a house. So if you don't know what that is, it's ballroom, all
Hey.
that. And my ballroom father, who's also my friend, as well as a couple other friends that are also in the scene, and that house specifically, I said, like I want you guys to be a part of this song too. So I just took, a voice recording of them, of just asking them oh my God, I can't remember, but I asked them something, what are you not willing to compromise? And that's what the whole song is kind of about. It's about not compromising, not conforming to society norms. And I just put that in there and, it just meshed well. And then I got to the bridge and I didn't know what I wanted to say. And for some reason, I don't know if this is correct, but when I saw it, I said, I have to have this in here. There's a prayer for baptism when they baptize you.
Mhm.
And I looked it up. For some reason, it just fell in my lap, but I also looked it up. And it just was like, take me into your loving arms, like be my God from those who do me harm. And it was like me praying to God to like protect myself and protect my gifts and my dreams. And there's like there's a line in there that says, protect my mind when I lose my way. And I say these things to you, my saving grace. So like I'm actually praying to God. And one of the things that I was really intentional about when it comes to this song, because it was called Baptize, I didn't want to be blasphemous. I didn't want anybody to think that I was trying to diss the Lord or diss Christianity. Yes, it's not perfect at all. Yes, there are a lot of different crazy things that goes on inside of multiple different religions, right? But my connection with the Lord is number one. So I wanted to make sure that I was really intentional. And I feel like every time I haven't performed this song yet because it's really hard to perform it, not because it's vocally hard, but because of arrangement wise, I have to like make it, enjoyable for a crowd that may have just listened to it for the first time. But I always feel like when I perform it, it's gonna be like this big thing and this like energetic performance and things like that. So when it came to Baptize, like I said before, I was really intentional. I knew what I wanted to say. I had this record, I had this thought in my head, and I had this tune that just, it just was like free, like thank God I'm finally free. It kind of just made sense. And
Mhm.
so I just, I gotta also shout out Janet for that too, because she has a song called Free Zone that I interpolated that I was like, like I really think that this makes sense for me. And so I'm a person that goes back to my resources, and I make my music not based off of other sounds, but I wrap it into my own, but I also do my homework. Like I'm a student of music first.
Yes.
So I do my research and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take that and just, wrap it up into my own little Jamie Fod thing, whatever. So like I said before, it's one of my favorite records. It's one of my most passionate records that I've ever done. And I hope that it takes off this year. Jesus, please. Because
Speaking
it's
into
something I really want people to listen to and just like get the message out and things like that. So
absolutely, I'm big on manifestation. So speak it and it shall be done.
yes, yes, thank you.
Yes, and you told us early on in the interview that you were working on music, you were in the studio, staying busy out here. So can you let us know if you're able to disclose what kind of projects are you working on? Is there an EP, an album that our viewers and listeners are expecting?
Yes, so there is a mixtape. There's a mixtape. I'm still like shoving out the set list, the track list, but I believe it's gonna be 13 songs, 13, 12, one of those. And it's a range of different genres, a range of, you know, just something that I've always wanted to do. And I never got the chance to because I was kind of scared before and I didn't really have the knowledge in the background. When I did my first project in 2019, it was like a strictly R&B album, but you kind of had like your nuances of different things in there. And so, I kind of played around with different stuff. I was a little way unafraid. And I kind of got afraid in COVID, kind of scared me a little things, little things happened. But now I feel unafraid. I feel like it's now needed more than ever. I feel like I'm ready to drop it. And it's actually called Taste. And I've always wanted to say the meaning. Now I can say it.
Say it.
So Taste Volume 1. It is taste, two reasons. Taste, meaning my love and respect for multi-genres and infused into one body of work. And also um an autobiography of my life. A little a little taste of like who I am as a person, where my life has been. Kind of like I want to say since the start of birth until now. A lot of relatable topics, a lot of great things that people can definitely like listen to and relate to, but also the music just slaps. The vocals are insane. I'm working my ass off in there. It's just like it's just things that I've always wanted to do. And I even in talking to you now, I'm even more excited because I get in my shell about it. And I'm always like a perfectionist and a workaholic. I just got off the phone with my bro about this literally before we called. So I've been like, I don't know if it's ready now. And I feel like God was like, no, do it now. Do it now so you can get to the next thing. Do
Mhm.
it. So in my opinion, 2025 is given do or die, and I choose to do. So that's where we at with it. Taste Volume 1 coming soon.
Hey, coming soon. Now, what would you say is one challenge that you have faced as an independent music artist, and how did you overcome that? If you could pick one.
Challenge. Hmm. There's many. There's many. Promotion.
Mm.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say it. Promotion. Not that I don't want to. Not that I don't want to promote. I do. I think not having the resources because I'm a visionary and I think of things so far out of the sky. And I'm like, bitch, you ain't got the money for that now, bro. Like, so I'll be like, all right, we gotta pivot, bro. We gotta pivot to another thing. And that always like causes me to
Mm.
be annoyed at the fact that like, like um either like just certain things that just didn't happen, right? But things that are out of my control, but there are things that, eventually will, as I grow into my career and as I grow into like the industry, things will start to happen, and while it may be like me doing everything DIY, it's also set me up to know what I want, learn different things. I learned I learned like how to edit. I never used to do that before. Photography, I do basically all my own photo shoots and things like that. Um, uh, like recording things I'm so hands-on with a lot of my stuff, and I never thought I would be hands-on on anything other than my music creation.
Mhm.
But like going back to my original thought about God giving me a gift, it's more than just music. Artistic our artistry and being a creative is more than just about what you're good at like for right now. It's about what you can get better at, in years to come. And so I'm very grateful for COVID because it taught me how to rely on myself. It taught me how to go in the studio and do this by myself and do that. And I was really intentional about like making sure that I had music prepared or even trying to like work and better my craft. So promotion will probably be one of my many annoying things when it comes to being an indie artist, but it will get better.
Yeah.
And I have a great teammate. I have a wonderful, wonderful manager right now, Justin, who's doing amazing things, and we're working on really incredible things. And I remember asking for somebody to just help me out, and he came at a great time. And we've already known each other. We went to college together. So when he came up to me, it was like, "Yo, like I want to manage you. Like I want to, be on this team with you." I was like, "Hell yeah!" Like, and he just gets it. You know what I'm saying? So I like I said before, those blessings in disguise, they be coming in. They be coming in.
Oh, that's right. See, that's beautiful. But we got to bring it to the bright side of things. What has been the most rewarding part about being an independent music artist? What do you love the most about this journey?
The freedom to say whatever I want to say. The
Okay.
freedom, literally the freedom, because not a lot of artists get a chance to do that, and I feel like a lot of them get stifled into trying back to the conformity thing, trying to get a radio hit or trying to do this, and I feel like there are so many artists I look at and I'm like, I know for a fact that this is not what you want to do. This ain't what you want to do. But you got to do contractual obligations, and that's fine. Um, but for me right now, it's the freedom to be me. I decided when I step on stage that I wanted to look a certain way. And, that meant, all right, let's try this costume idea. And I remember one time I got asked to do Norgate Pride. And I wanted to do something big. I wanted to do something great. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna make this outfit. And one thing about ballroom, it taught me a lot about how to be resourceful and creative and things like that. And so I'm about to go like a hot glue gun. I had an old t-shirt. I had some flares and some caution tape, and I made my own outfit. My
Yeah.
own outfit with the Ivy Park pants that Beyonce launched. I had some cute little hills, whatever the case may be. I went outside, I performed my ass off, and for me, it woke something up in me. So it's stuff like that, like getting the freedom and just having the willpower to just do what I feel. And
Mhm.
I hope to bring stuff like that more to the stage. Like I'm a big fan of Gaga, I'm a big fan of Sylvester and stylistic wise prints and things like that. So I want to be, a little bit extra. Grace Jones is also one of my many influences. So I want to be a little extra as possible. I used to see Gaga at the VMAs in her me dresses. I used to be like, I want to do some crazy ass shit like that. Like, why can't I? So I just decided it is gonna be me. Damn it, it's gonna be me. And it paid off. People ate it up. So, I hope to still bring that to my live performances and stuff like that too. So
I
that's
know.
me.
Shout out to you.
Thank
Now,
you.
You have so many amazing things going on for you right now. You have your mixtape. Can you let us know, do you have any additional things that you want to share, like performances, anything of that nature that you want to bring out for all of our listeners?
Yes, so I am dropping a song, a new track called Waiting. It'll be dropping next week, as in next week. So it's January 24th. So more like January. I can't remember the date, Lord Jesus, but next week. It'll be next week. And it's a really intimate track. It's about, yearning and longing after a person, and that whole standing still of in between of like, do I wait for them, or do I not? And that kind of whole, like, everybody's been through heartbreak and stuff like that. So once again, like, this is one of those situations where I was writing my feelings out, and I went through a little breakup. You know how that you know how that. And I wrote this record, and then I got upset at myself because I'm a Sagittarius, I'm a triple fire sign, so I don't believe in that shit at all. But we had to relinquish it. And so after many demands from many different people who heard me perform it live, they were like, "You need to release it, you need to release it." I was like, "All right, bro, you got it." So that's gonna be out, and I'm really excited about that. I've been promoting that on TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. So check that out when y'all get a chance. Waiting is coming really soon next week.
Yeah.
Literally, I don't know when this is gonna be, a release, but So,
Now, for
yeah.
all of those who do want to stay up to date with everything that you have going on and listen to your future mixtape and waiting when that single is released, how can they do that? How can they find Jami Lockett?
Instagram. But I'm also working on a website. And on that website, I want to, just have more communication with my fan base and my audience, and grow there and talk to y'all more in there, and, just share more of my musical history about my background, as well as stories behind the music in a more detailed way that I probably couldn't on Instagram and Twitter, whatever the case is. So follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Jami Lockett 8, all together. Yeah.
Go. Make sure you guys follow him, support, stream his music, share, repost, comment, all that good stuff. Get that engagement and impressions up. But before we let you guys go, make sure you also follow us. We are available on Instagram, TikTok, if they still have it, and Twitter at _ all of the above one. That's how you stay up to date with everything that we have going on in our show. And make sure you also subscribe to our YouTube channel at All of the Above Podcast. That is where you will see this amazing interview with the talented R&B and pop singer Jami Lockett, and a host of other interviews. We have celebrity interviews, local artists, all that good stuff. And last but not least, make sure you also visit our website at www.alloftheabove-podcast.com. That is where you have a host of information from All of the Above. No excuse not to find any of our channels and stay up to date with all things All of the Above. Jami, it was a pleasure chatting with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. I'm your girl, Angel Marie, and we will see you guys next time.
Wednesdays at 7, Angel Marie and Kevin playing the illest records, bringing us back together. Philly is all season, storming through any weather, leaving the track bleeding. Way we pull it together, we applying my pressure. I am your new professor, teaching in some semester. Pay attention to lessons. I like a chili pepper fresh out of Louisiana. It's all the above. Best believe we do it better. I want the fame.